boy Downstream X back with another video today. We got Colin Cowherd plays 3-word game after the second round of the NBA playoffs. It was a very interesting second round. I know I got the Utah. I think I got the Utah Clippers series correct. I know I got the Philly series wrong. I got that. I was thinking Philly was gonna wash that. That should have been a wash for Philly. But Ben Simmons, man, get rid of that man, bro. Ben Simmons, I try to give this man benefit of the doubt time after time after time, and he always disappoints. Who else? What other series was there? Phoenix versus Denver. I just want to see, just for the fun of it, I want to see Suns Hawks in the finals, bro. That's the series that the finals matchup I want to see, because I want to see people, these analysts finally realize that small market teams can make it. But anyway, let's get into Colin's 3-word game after the second round. Link to the original video will be in the description. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. Let's get right into it.
We've got 4 teams left. Clippers Suns got underway yesterday. Phoenix won. Hawks Bucks starts Wednesday. And best for last, we're going to play, Alex, the 3-word game for the 8 teams that made the second round. Here we go.
Phoenix Suns.
Hotter than sun. 8 straight wins. Longest win streak in franchise history. Playoff win streak. They've outscored opponents by 15 points per game during the streak. And Devin Booker, and this is what should be the truth, 29 a game during the streak, 52% field goal percentage. So
no more Devin Booker slander. People finally giving that man the respect he deserved, because all before it, empty stats. It doesn't matter because his team isn't winning. Empty stats. Which I always said I hated that term, empty stats, because what? If the player wasn't trying, we crucify like, oh, you on a losing team and you're not trying. You're not a competitor for real. But
so the Suns have also relied on the mid-range game. Chris Paul will shoot it. Devin Booker will shoot it. He doesn't have to. I mean, the bottom line, when you're shooting 52% and you're a shooting guard like Devin Booker and that dynamic, that's why they've not only won 8 straight, they're winning them by 15 per game.
Los Angeles Clippers.
Paul wasn't appalling.
Pfizer P is stepping
George,
up.
last 5 games, again, 32 points a game, 8 rebounds, shooting 45% on threes. Earlier, Al Harrington told us he's a gym rat. Gym rats usually work through their issues. And it's funny, when Kawhi Leonard got hurt...
I called it, though, because, when Kawhi got hurt, a lot of people said, oh, they done. But this was my thing from the start with, personally. I was like, Paul George, coming off of a bad postseason last year, I'm pretty sure he's going to step it up. Like, because every time he has a bad postseason, his next postseason is always better than before the bad one. So it's like he always redeemed himself. So
my first instinct was they're doomed. But Kawhi and Paul George are both great wings that defend.
Right.
And so it's not like they went from being great in the wing to not having one.
I think the Clippers and Suns is going to be the series to watch, for real. Like, real talk, I think that's going to be the series to watch, honestly.
They still had Paul George, a 7-time All-Star. And to this point, they are good enough without Kawhi to at least get through Utah.
Utah Jazz.
Face the music. Best record in the West over the last 5 regular seasons, but haven't advanced past the conference.
Man, look. Terrence Mann really went off. I didn't expect that, because like when I saw the stats, it's like, bruh, fake stats, as Flight would say, fake stats. But I guess not.
Semis in the last 15 years.
Rudy Gobert sucks, man. They gotta Kareem, Hakeem, somebody work with him to get him an offensive game, and then you also gotta get somebody gotta help him develop a perimeter game, like, cause a perimeter defensive game. Like, he sucks. His interior defense is great, but that's all you got to offer. You suck. Ben Simmons suck. Man.
They don't blame Quinn Snyder. They have a huge issue they've got to get solved. And that is they do not have elite wing defenders or, frankly, dependable athletic wing scorers. Bogdanovich can hit threes, but they are very guard dependent. They are also, if you keep Rudy Gobert on the floor, you have a non-offensive threat. And that is increasingly difficult when you're facing these Clippers and you're facing the Suns and Denver.
True.
And a lot of these teams, when healthy, can score. So there are some limitations to their personnel. Gobert is a great defensive player. He's a little like Ben Simmons,
a great
an offensive liability.
Defense.
And when Donovan Mitchell got banged up, who's their second guaranteed athletic scorer?
Denver Nuggets.
Suns in 4. Simple as that. Jokic was great, but no other Nugget averaged more than 16 points or averaged more than 6 rebounds in a series. Now, the good news is Jamal Murray comes back. Michael Porter, really good. Can you depend on him? But Jamal Murray's injury pretty much sealed their fate.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Greek Freak Peak. After going down 0-2, Giannis was a monster.
I'm not gonna lie. When they went down 0-2, I thought the series was over because I'm like, the Nets isn't one of those teams you want to go down 2 games against, yet alone 1 game against. But when they got the dub, I don't know. When that game was going, I guess this is the good part about your team not being in the playoffs no more. But I don't know why my heart was thumping during that game. Like I was a Milwaukee fan. I wanted to see Milwaukee beat them that bad. But I got that series wrong. I said Brooklyn in 6. That was my original prediction. So the Clippers series, the only series I got right that round. Yikes.
34 a game, 14 rebounds, 56% from the floor. And, this is important, he was super aggressive at the end of games. You could see he lost confidence.
People argue about Ben Simmons and Giannis both being terrible shooters. But my argument for Giannis has always been at least he takes them. Ben Simmons is afraid to even take them. So, like, Giannis needs that second closer. I want to see Giannis and Dame. I want to see Portland trade Dame to Milwaukee, man.
Confidence.
That's
Remember
a
that
duo
moment against James Harden late in the game when he avoided contact. He did a fall-away jumper on Harden because he didn't want to end up at the free throw line. He was aggressive. He's just good enough at the free throw line.
Atlanta Hawks.
Birds of Trey. First team since the 94 Pacers to make the conference final with no All-Stars. And, you know, they've got a lot of solid
wasn't
guys.
All-Star
6
this year?
different players averaged 10-plus points
I thought Trae Young was
during the series against the Sixers. Now, Trae Young averaged 29. So I do feel like to become a championship team, they've got to have one more nightly 18 to 20 point a game guy, you know, like a Paul George guy. They're not going to get Paul George, but I don't think it's a championship team. I think they faced an offensively deficient New York Knicks team and a chemistry deficient Sixers team. I do think they've met their match. I think Milwaukee is much bigger and more physical and more seasoned, and I think
I'm
Milwaukee.
just rooting for the Hawks because they're the underdog. But realistically, if I make a prediction, I'm gonna have to predict Milwaukee. But I really want to see the Hawks get it done, man.
Disposes of Atlanta in pretty quick order.
Philadelphia 76ers.
This is the team that I wait for. It got to be something to do with Ben Simmons.
Bust the process. They have.
I get rid of Simmons. I'm keeping Embiid. I think that was clear for a while. Like when people was debating, keep this person, trade that one. I'm like, it's been a no-brainer to keep, cause I didn't expect. It's like Simmons is getting worse and worse every season. That's my big issue with him.
Past the conference semis in 19, 20 years. Ben Simmons attempted, seriously, 3 total shots in the fourth quarter in this series against the Hawks. By the way, none in the last 4 games. So you're going to have to break it up. I think Portland and Golden State, there's value with Ben Simmons if you surround him with guys who can shoot. He's long, he can defend, he can handle the ball. He's got nice vision. There's a lot going on that works. But he is clearly not a number one. He cannot be a number one. He's not dependable. Can he be a
who's
two?
Not a number one?
No. He's got nice vision. There's shoot. He's great. There's value with Ben Simmons if you surround him with guys who can shoot. He's long. He can defend.
Ben Simmons,
he can handle the...
Ben Simmons probably not even a number two after this year, man. Because the way it been looking that round, Seth Curry, if you just watch it, no names attached. Seth Curry was the number two. Seth Curry was second to Embiid. So it's like you getting outplayed by Seth Curry, expecting to be the team's second option? No.
The ball, he's got nice vision. There's a lot going on that works. But he is clearly not a number one. He cannot be a number one. He's not dependable. Can he be a two? That's yet to be seen. He could possibly be a great three if you give him two shooters. What you can't have is what Philadelphia does, a dominating big that clogs the lane, because where he has to score is at the rim.
Brooklyn Nets.
8 games together. I mean, Big Three played 14 games together all year. 6-2 in the regular season with the fellas, 5-1 in the playoffs. The other issue, which is, I think we all know this is not some revelation. They have $122 million against the cap next year between Harden, Durant, and Kyrie.
If they don't win the finals next year, there's got to be some kind of rule to prevent stuff like this from happening again.
Money is spent.
This will be a
so
big
what you're going to need is when you go to a third great player, Golden State or Miami, you've got to take guys willing to take a pay cut. That's not going to be young players. You got to find a Shea Battier or a Mike Miller or a Ray Allen that they want rings. They want to be on television in June. Golden State, can you get an Andre Iguodala or somebody that'll stay around for a couple years because he wants to win games? So, I think Brooklyn, it's pretty obvious. They're never going to have a great bench. And the problem with that is twofold. One, a good bench matters. Like Phoenix's bench yesterday shot over 50% and gave you 60 minutes. The bench for Brooklyn did not make a basket, in Game 7.
Jeff
There's a
Green
difference. The problem when you have 3 stars is
KD's
not only do you have virtually no bench, but you force your 3 stars, often veteran players with lots of wear on their tires, to play massive minutes. What happened? KD, Steph broke down. What happened? D. Wade broke down. What happens? Kyrie and Harden break down. So when you go big with 3 stars, bad bench, you force your stars to play more minutes, and unless you have like a LeBron James, who until recently never got hurt, it's a dilemma. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.
Hey, great video. Please share, like, comment, subscribe, share. Original link will be in the description. We out. Peace.